Most people moving to Salt Lake City assume that the ultra-luxury homes are all in Park City, but some of the most exclusive and expensive estates in Utah are actually hidden right here in the Salt Lake Valley. After helping dozens of relocation buyers explore high-end neighborhoods all across the Wasatch Front, I've seen firsthand which areas consistently attract CEOs, professional athletes, business owners, and some of the highest net worth homeowners in Utah. And if you're planning on relocating to Salt Lake City or buying a luxury home here, choosing the wrong neighborhood could mean overpaying for prestige while completely missing the lifestyle that actually fits you and your family's needs. So in this video, I'm going to break down 3 of the most elite neighborhoods in Salt Lake City, including what homes actually cost, what makes each area unique, and which type of buyer each neighborhood tends to attract. And if you're thinking about moving to Utah, make sure to subscribe to the channel. All right, let's jump right into it with location number 1, and that is 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐿 in Salt Lake City. Now, 𝐂𝐎𝐿 is one of those neighbors that locals have known about for decades, but a lot of people relocating to Utah don't really discover until they start seriously exploring on the east side of the city. And the moment that you drive through this neighborhood, you'll immediately understand why it is so desirable. It just has a completely different feel compared to most of the newer developments around the valley. 𝐂𝐎𝐿 sits right on the east bench of Salt Lake City, and you're just minutes from downtown, the University of Utah, and several of the most iconic parks in the entire city. And the biggest appeal here is really the historic charm combined with unbeatable location. When you drive through 𝐂𝐿, you'll notice these beautiful tree-lined streets, classic brick homes, and architecture that you simply don't see in many newer neighborhoods. Now, a lot of these homes were originally built in the 1920s, 30s, and 40s, so the area has a very established and timeless feel. You'll see a lot of Tudor-style homes, colonial architecture, and classic Salt Lake brick construction. And over the past decade, many of these homes have been completely renovated or expanded into truly stunning luxury properties. Some buyers come in and preserve the historic character, while others take advantage of the location and build larger custom homes that still fit the aesthetic of the neighborhood. Now, price-wise, the entry point for 𝐂𝐿 has definitely climbed over the last several years as more and more people have discovered the area. Now, on the lower end, you might still occasionally see smaller homes that are starting around $900,000 to $1.2 million, especially if the property needs updating. Once you get into the fully renovated homes or the properties with larger square footage, you're typically looking at about the $1.5 to $3 million price range. And then at the very top end of the neighborhood, especially near Harvard Avenue or Yale Avenue, some of these homes can climb well beyond that, depending on the lot size and the level of renovation. One thing that truly makes 𝐂𝐿 special is just how connected the neighborhood feels. And what I mean by that is you're just minutes from Sugar House Park, which is one of the most popular outdoor spaces in Salt Lake City. You're also really close to the restaurants and the shops in Sugar House, and you can still get downtown to Salt Lake City in about 10 minutes. For professionals working at the University of Utah, the hospital system, or downtown, this location is incredibly convenient. Another thing buyers relocating from out of state really appreciate is how walkable and community-oriented that this neighborhood feels. People walk their dogs, kids ride bikes through the neighborhood, and the mature trees create this canopy that makes the whole area feel really quiet and established. Now, one trade-off with 𝐂𝐿 compared to some other luxury areas in the valley is the lot size. Now, because it's an older neighborhood, the lots are typically smaller than what you might expect in other luxury neighborhoods. Typically, you'll see lot ranges around 0.15 to 0.25 acres, rather than the half acre or the full acre-sized properties that you would find in some estates. But for many buyers, that's a trade-off they're more than happy to make because you're getting historic character, proximity to downtown, and one of the most desirable neighborhoods in Salt Lake City. Now, if 𝐂𝐿 is more about classic charm and location, the next neighborhood we're going to talk about is almost the complete opposite. But before we jump into that next location, if you're thinking about moving to Salt Lake City or relocating anywhere along the Wasatch Front, my team and I help people make that move every single week. We work with buyers from all over the country who are relocating to Utah for jobs, for lifestyle, for investment opportunities, and we help them navigate everything from neighborhoods and schools to the actual buying process. So whether you're looking for something in the luxury market like the neighborhoods that we're talking about today, or just trying to figure out where you should start your home search, you can call, text, or schedule a call with us anytime at the number below. All right, let's move on to the second location on this list, and this one is completely different than 𝐂𝐿. The second place where you'll find some of the most impressive homes in the Salt Lake Valley is Pepperwood. Pepperwood is located on the East Bench in Sandy and is one of the most well-known gated luxury communities in the entire Salt Lake area. And that alone makes it pretty unique because we actually don't have many gated neighborhoods here compared to other major metro areas. Now, the community sits right up against the mountains, so many of the homes here have incredible panoramic views of the entire Salt Lake Valley and the Wasatch Mountains. And when you actually drive through Pepperwood, one of the first things that you'll notice is the space. The roads are wider, the homes set further back from the street, and the lots are significantly larger compared to neighborhoods closer downtown. Most properties sit on about a half-acre to 1-acre lots, and many of the homes are massive custom-built estates. Now, what's true of this area and Sandy in general is that you'll commonly see homes between 6,000 to 7,000 square feet, sometimes even 10,000 square feet or more, with features like large outdoor living spaces, swimming pools, sports courts, and incredible landscaping. Now, price-wise, homes in Pepperwood generally start around $2 million, although occasionally something may come up slightly under that, depending on size and condition. Most of the homes you'll see here fall between the $2 to $4 million price range, especially for updated or newer properties. And at the higher end, some of the larger custom homes with the best views can climb well beyond that range. An added bonus in Pepperwood is that there are still lots left for people wanting to build a custom home from scratch. Now, that's actually a very rare feature here in Salt Lake City because most of the established luxury communities are already built out. Another huge draw at Pepperwood is the community amenities. Residents have access to a private clubhouse, a swimming pool, tennis courts, pickleball courts, and walking trails throughout the neighborhood. So it has almost a private resort style feel that you really don't see in many neighborhoods in Utah. And the fact that it has 24/7 security staff at the gate entrance makes it arguably the safest neighborhood in Salt Lake City. It's also a very family-friendly area. A lot of residents here stay long-term, so it has that feeling of an established community where neighbors really get to know each other and people tend to stay for many years. And of course, one of the biggest advantages of living in this area is proximity to the mountains and ski resorts. From Pepperwood, you're only about 15 to 20 minutes away from Snowbird and Alta, which are two of the best ski resorts in the country. So for buyers relocating to Utah specifically for outdoor recreation, skiing, hiking, and mountain access, this location is extremely appealing. Now, the trade-off here compared to somewhere like Ghilcrest is really distance from downtown. Pepperwood sits further south in the valley, so you're usually about 25 to 35 minutes from downtown Salt Lake City, depending on traffic. But for buyers who prioritize privacy, space, mountain views, and a gated community, living in Pepperwood is absolutely one of the premier luxury neighborhoods in the entire Salt Lake Valley. All right, now the third area we're going to talk about today is actually one of the most prestigious estate corridors in Utah, and a lot of people moving here don't actually even realize it exists. The third luxury area in the Salt Lake Valley that consistently attracts high-end buyers is Walker Lane in Holiday. Walker Lane is actually a specific street that runs along the East Bench through the suburb of Holiday. And this area is widely known as one of the most prestigious and private estate locations anywhere in Utah. What makes Walker Lane different from most other luxury areas in the valley is really the size and the privacy of the properties. Many of the homes here sit on 1 acre, 2 acres, sometimes even larger land parcels, which is extremely rare anywhere this close to the city. And when you actually drive through this area, you'll see some long private driveways, gated entrances, massive mature trees, and homes that are set really far back from the road. Some of these properties feel almost like a private compound. You'll see estates with guest houses, pools, tennis courts, detached garages, and incredible landscaping that has been established for decades. Many of the original homes on Walker Lane were built years ago, but over time, a lot of these properties have been replaced with brand new custom luxury estates. And price-wise, homes along Walker Lane typically start around $3 million, but many properties climb into the $5 million or $10 million price range, depending on the size of the estate and how much land it sits on. And one of the reasons this area is so valuable is because there's essentially no new land here left to develop. Most of the development happened decades ago, so the only way new homes are built now is when an older home gets torn down and basically replaced with a custom home. That limited supply is a big reason why these properties hold their value so well. And another huge advantage of this area is location balance. You're about 15 minutes from downtown Salt Lake City, but you're also extremely close to Big Cottonwood Canyon, which means quick access to Brighton and Solitude ski resorts. So for buyers who want large private estates, but they still want easy access to both the city and the mountains, Walker Lane is easily one of the most desirable locations in the Salt Lake Valley. And what makes this neighborhood particularly unique is the very low turnover rate, meaning these homes rarely hit the market, and when they do, they often sell within the first few days. So if you're looking for where the ultra wealthy tend to live in the Salt Lake Valley, these are the 3 areas that consistently stand out. You've got Yale Crest for historic charm and walkability close to downtown. You've got Pepperwood and Sandy for gated luxury living with incredible mountain views and large custom homes. And then you have Walker Lane in Holiday, which is truly one of the most prestigious estate quarters anywhere in Utah that's nearly impossible to move into. If you're planning on a move to Salt Lake City or relocating in Utah, my team and I would love to help you navigate these neighborhoods and find the right fit for your lifestyle. You can call, text, or schedule a call with us anytime. All of our contact information is below in the description. And if you want to learn more about the best neighborhoods in Salt Lake City, the cost of living in Utah, and what it's really like relocating here, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we put out new videos every week. My name is Scott Willie. I'll see you in the next video.